I'm Heidi Smith, registered dietitian, sport nutritionist, and I'm here today with one of my athletes here, Rachel. Rachel, what's your sport?
I'm a varsity rower.
Excellent. So early mornings, and one of the great things that you can do as an athlete for a quick meal or snack is a shake. So today we're going to share a recipe that is a mixed berry smoothie. And it's going to have some frozen fruit, some juice, as well as some egg whites for a little bit extra protein. So how do you use shakes?
I always use them as a recovery snack in the morning. So since we practice at 5 a.m., I'll make the smoothie the night before and then just bring it in a blender bottle or something where I can mix it up.
Right.
So then I can take it, it's portable, and then it's right there when I need it for right after practice.
Right, so not much time to play around with in the morning as a rower.
Yeah.
So I just added about a half cup of juice here. So this smoothie that we're making has no added sugar. All the sweetness is going to come from the fruit. And we're going to use frozen bananas. Do you ever freeze your bananas ahead of time?
I always do it just because I like that my smoothie's really thick, and it tastes a lot better when they're always the brown bananas, really smooth and sugary.
Yes, yeah. So if you get bananas that are like this with some green on them, they're not going to have as much sweetness or flavor. Better to buy your bananas when they're brown, cheaper too, and then peel them and put them in a bag in the freezer so they're ready to go for a fast smoothie. So I've just added a half cup of juice, one banana, and now Rachel's going to add about a half cup of strawberries and a half cup of blueberries because I don't really like using the mixed berries as much. Sometimes I find the blackberries get the little seeds in them. Is there anything else you add to your smoothies?
Well, like I said before, I like the smoothies thicker, so sometimes I add 1 or 2 tablespoons of oats. And then usually, especially when you have a blender bottle, it mixes it up, so it's a nice smooth consistency.
Yeah, so the blender bottle is like this. So it actually has one of these, it's a bottle, and it's got one of these little wire balls in it, and that is just a great way to keep it mixed because, as you were saying, you make them ahead of time, right? The shakes. So sometimes they can separate. So that's a great thing to have on hand is any kind of a blender bottle. And then I just added some egg whites. I added about 2 tablespoons, so that's about equivalent to 1 egg. And I like to use them in here because they're pasteurized, so you don't have to worry about salmonella. Versus if you use a real fresh egg and separate it and put the egg white in, then there's a little bit of danger there. So much better to use the egg whites. So because Rachel likes her shakes thick, we're going to add some extra ice. So anywhere from a half cup to a cup of ice. And I'm going to add a touch of water just to make sure it blends properly. And hopefully it will come out kind of like the consistency of a smoothie slushy. All right, so we'll blend it for a little bit. Perfect. Is that thick enough for you?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Excellent. So yeah, if you get just the right amount of frozen fruit and liquid and ice, then you get a nice thick shake that will actually keep its thickness for a little while and before it starts to separate. Now, if you have any extra shake in here, you can also get these neat reusable homemade freezy containers. So you pour your extra shake in here and throw it in the freezer, and then it's great for a quick grab and go snack. And those are dishwasher safe as well. So that's it. If you want to add extra things, as Rachel said, the oatmeal to make it a little thicker and more filling, you can add chia seeds, which adds some extra omega-3 fat as well as some protein. And then you can also even put in things like flaxseed for extra fiber.
Yeah.
Great. So if all those athletes out there, make some smoothies, use them before your workouts, or as Rachel often does after, right? Yep. For recovery. And you can even make them ahead of time, as Rachel said, and put them into one of these shaker bottles. So if you're looking for more information and more ideas from myself and my athletes, you can go onto my website, click on the link below, HeidiSmithNutrition.com, or you can go to also find my book, Nutrition for the Long Run.